2, 1.
Puppies are the cutest, and when we see one, we want to take it home immediately. Sometimes it happens, and we get faced with this harsh reality. And that harsh reality is teaching it how to pee outside. So the big question is, how do we teach our puppies how to pee outside? Well, we can do this by knowing how often to take them out, setting a pee routine, as well, and then also, and most importantly, by using a dog clicker, which I will teach you how to use today. So to start, we want to know how to train them by knowing when to take them out. According to the Humane Society, for each month old a puppy is an hour it can go without going outside. So for an example, if your puppy is 3 months old, you can generally leave it without a bathroom break for about 3 hours. But ideally, you want to take it out every 2 hours so that it has a frequent pee schedule. Excuse me. During the intervals without the pee breaks, you want to keep a close eye on your puppy, because without keeping a close eye on them, you're just asking for an accident to happen on the floor. What also helps is setting up a pee schedule. As said by Housebreaking the Easy Way, you want to take them outside and pee right when they first awake, after they eat, and after doing any type of vigorous exercise. Now after eating, you can actually wait a couple minutes because you want to make sure the food goes through their system, of course. And with vigorous exercise, that includes taking the dog out for a walk, just general exercising, or if they're playing with another animal. So this makes it obvious that we have to keep a close eye on what the puppy does. Generally speaking, between their activities and them going outside, we can set a timer for about 10 minutes. To make it easier, we can teach the puppy how to follow us around the house. This means just being able to follow us around, that way we can have a close eye on them and know as soon as possible pretty much when to take them outside and pee. But if you can't teach them how to follow you around the house, you can also purchase a crate for the dog and keep them inside the crate. One might be easier than the other, depending on how well you can keep an eye on the puppy. But the big picture is you cannot leave it unattended. Just leaving them unattended, you're giving them this window essentially to pee on the floor, and you can't get mad at the puppy if they pee on the floor because it's our fault that we weren't able to take them outside when they needed to go outside. Doing this, taking them outside frequently and having them follow you around the house, or even just keeping them in the crate between pee breaks, is setting a routine for the dog. Puppies are just like babies. They thrive on a routine. They learn the best when they have a schedule to follow. So, in the case that a puppy does pee on the floor though, you want to use a odor neutralizing cleaning agent. You can use your general house cleaning products because it has ammonia in it, and if you use something with ammonia in it, the puppy will want to go back to the spot and pee on it again, and that's just no good. But really, what helps train the puppy the most is using a dog clicker, which looks like this. This clicker, that's what it's called, dog clicker. It's a small handheld device, and it has a small button, the green button right there in the middle, and when you click it, it makes a noise. So this method is, instead of using like the verbal praise, like if you take your dog out or do anything, or if you're teaching it in general, you might say good boy, good girl. Well, with this, instead of using a verbal command, you're just making the noise, which is followed by a treat to help reinforce the positivity behind it. Now with this clicker, some trainers find it much more useful than the verbal praise, and they find it much more easier to do. So to start training your puppy by using a dog clicker, what you're going to want to do is, first of all, take it outside and find it a safe spot where it will go all the time to pee. Now when your dog pees, you're going to click once and then follow it by a dog treat. This is going to register to the dog that this is a good behavior and that you want to do it often. This is called shaping. According to the ASPCA, this is called shaping. And shaping is when you pretty much mold the dog around the behavior that you want it to do. When you're using this, you don't want to give it treats outside of the use. So when you click and you give the treat, don't give another treat. You're always going to want to use this. That way they know the purpose of the clicker noise. You can even use this outside of teaching it how to pee. When the puppy is familiar with peeing outside, you can eventually start weaning it away from the clicker and the treat giving. But if you'd like, you can actually give it treats here and there to reinforce the positivity behind them going outside rather than going inside. Ideally, you want to take them to a variety of places. You don't want to just keep them in your backyard, but take them out to the park or anywhere public that they can go. So all in all, we now know how to use this clicker to train them, when to take them out, and how to set a routine. Overall, we can definitely say that the clicker is an easy way to train the puppy. Thank you.
Good job.
Is that 6 minutes?
6:13. All right.